Welcome to B Shug's podcast, a platform set to discuss things that no one wants to talk about. An eye opener on life that we have been taught was a lie, has been a lie. Things that us as African Americans need to be aware of and our power and what we hold. I'm just starting this podcast, so I am a rookie. But as I go on, I hope to get better at what I do and how I discuss. I feel like I'm more like a messenger, because I'm awakened to things and just knowing things that I should not have known. Like I don't know where this information is coming from, but I just feel the need that I have to discuss and pour out that awakening is coming. I have been saying this for so long, and I have been saying this, and I have been saying this. You know, the world as we see it, we have been blinded for so many years. And now that we're in this awakening moment, and people are really scared. Not us so much, but other beings on this earth are very scared. And when I say beings, I do mean we are not alone on this planet. We are not alone on planet Terry. Not Earth, planet Terry. And that's what I keep calling it. I'm going to say that for the past 2 years, I have been awakened. And it started around the pandemic time. But I've always known that I have been a messenger. Like, my energy is just so positive. Like, I didn't think, I'm going to say I've been hiding. You know how when you grow up and you try to hide and, try to, try to put off things. But now since I've grown, and I'm going to say the past 2 to 3 years, I've known that I have had a purpose. And I was searching and I was looking for that purpose of something. Why am I here, and why am I having these dreams? Why do I know these things? Why do I feel this way? And until I started getting this information and just the social media and just looking at things, I just started feeling like something is wrong. Something is not right. Something is not aligned in this universe. And right off the bat, I started really diving into who I was and where do I really come from and where is my bloodline lies. And in my mind, I feel like in my universal, because like I said, I feel that I'm just a being using this body, I feel that I just feel that I have this sense of feeling that I was a warrior, like I was a something of higher throne, for some being, because I think that it's because I'm feeling so connected to the universe now that it's like I go off of energy, like positive energy. Like I feel that anytime I feel that I'm around something that's your energy is, the energy is just not right, I just get this overwhelming, rushing feeling that I have. That it's like anxiety that I. But anytime I'm around positive energy, it's like and when I'm in the sun, I feel, oh my God, when I lay in the sun, I feel like my body is rejuvenating something, some type of energy. It almost like I thrive of it. And when I don't get it, I just feel sluggish, and I just feel like not as energized as I would feel if I was to be in the sun, where I'm more just myself, and I know that, and I have been reading, and I've been looking, and I got to tell you people, like, we really need to wake up and realize that we have something in our DNA that is very special. We've been on this planet for many, 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 many years. We've been here. Everything that we was taught in school, we was brainwashed, and it has been a lie. Everything about the man walking on the moon and going out of space, everything that we was taught, the globe, the earth is round and all this up here. Everything that we have been taught in school has been a lie. So now I have to research and reprogram my brain, not reprogram my brain, but search for the right information, the right things, because I just wasn't feeling, how you feel like you're not, it just like feel like everything was like you always question. In the back of my mind as a child, I've always questioned, like, nah, that don't sound right, and it just don't feel right, like, and I've been like this all my life. It's like I can tell you some things that happened in my household as a kid growing up. I truly thought, I tried to block this out, and I truly thought it was like something that I made up in my head, because that's what I thought I wanted to believe as a kid, like, something scary and spooky, like that could have never happened. But as I got older and older, the dreams started getting more vivid and more real to me. I think I was like, I want to say 27 or 28 years old. I was going through a lot, and I don't even think I was married yet. I don't think I was married yet, but I wasn't married, and I was going through a lot, in my relationship with a guy who I had my last child, who I later on married, and I had a lot of trauma as a child growing up, but other things inside the home that was is unexplainable that happened, that I was like, questioned when I got older, like, was that real? Or did that really happen? Nah, I don't think that really happened. But as I got older and I learned and I knew who my grandmother was well known in the town where I come from, and people know her. They called her Voodoo Lady, and I don't think that it was so much voodoo. I just think that she was just so in tune, in line with the universe. We, as back then, like I said, we were brainwashed to thinking voodoo and all this stuff. You know, chanting. All that was black magic, and magic was bad, and we was taught that these, brainwashed that these things were bad. So when you know people used to come to my grandmother and they used to tell about their dreams, and my grandma used to have this little book, and she used to go and she used to read her book, and she used to pray for these people, and it's like I feel like spirits were always in some extra, whatever the entity was always there, but not like a bad entity, because like I said, she was always protective of her home, and she never, like, as I can remember as a kid growing up inside my grandma's home, like, we didn't go trick-or-treating. She didn't believe in that. She was like the devil worshiping and all that stuff like that. She didn't believe in that, so we didn't go trick-or-treating. Like, I don't know what was, although one time she did allow us to go, but my mom couldn't take us that far. But we grew up inside the home with my grandmother, like I said. And like I said, people used to say she used to practice voodoo, and I didn't. Like I said, I as a child, I didn't know what no voodoo was. I didn't understand what word voodoo, until I got like 12 or 13, when it started being vivid. Your grandma is a voodoo, and it's like my grandma ain't no voodoo. I feel like my grandma was not like a prophesized, but she can. It's just the way that she just connect, and I don't know what that being. And always as a kid, I've always had dreams, and I always felt like I would not like follow in her footsteps, but be aligned to the universe and to the other entities that I know that surround us, So, as I was saying, I remember this, and then, like I said, I got older. I think I was like, I don't know, I want to say 27, 25, 26 or 7, like around that, like my late 20s. And, I pulled my mom, and God rest her soul. I said, Mom, I want to ask you something. And I said, I had this dream, but I don't know if it was a dream or did it really happen, because I kind of like blocked it out, like as if, because I feel like it's like when I was a child, but I can't decide, because I know at the age that I think I was like 4 or 5, but I can still remember this dream, like as if it was, because it was so just like unreal to me. So she said, well, what you talking about, Rennie? Because, my nickname was Lorenza, and my mom called me Rennie. So I said, I remember, my grandmother was in the living room, and I heard like this roar, whoopings and chains, and like some type of whatever the hell it was. It was like an animal. It sounded like, I don't know. All I know, it just sounded like whoopings and chains and roar, and I can hear my grandma reciting the Bible. I don't know what Bible, part of the Bible she was reciting, but I remember her reciting the Bible, walking backwards, and I remember us screaming and howling. I knew it. I can remember my mom, my aunt, my uncle. It was my older sister, me. I can remember my cousin, Latone,